Yeah, morning all. Right. In the yesterday session, right? It's reasons why Python is suddenly super popular. Very less coding, simple syntaxes given by Python, which looks like normal English statements, multi-programming features, what all the features we see in different other programmings. Interactive mode, we can easily interact with Python statement by statement. For every statement, we get the response. Wide varieties of applications. Many different types of applications we can develop today using Python, right? Like automation applications, web applications, animation, gaming applications, embedded applications, networking applications, desktop applications, right? Many built-in libraries, right? We got 89,300 inbuilt modules Python is providing for every domain or environment. For whatever domain you are, whatever environment you are from, provides modules like for testing, for animations, for data science, for big data, for operating systems, for databases, right? For all this. Python Software Foundation. It's a non-profit organization devoted towards Python community. It was launched in the year 2001. The objective is to foster the development of Python version to version. In the year 2005, PSF received Computer World Horizon Award, and president is Guido van Rossum, the same person who has introduced Python, and headquarters Delaware, US. Official website python.org. Python.org is the official website from where we are going to download Python and yes. Python versions. First version was introduced in the year 1989, 1.x. Two version was released in the year 2000. The version what we are using currently, three version, right? Introduced in the year 2008. Currently, the latest version of Python, 3.12. Stable version of Python, 3. Mostly used. Stable is nothing but mostly used version. So if you want to installation of Python, we have discussed yesterday, right? Go to this python.org website, go to the downloads folders, and that go for a specific release. Select 3.12.3 version, that is the latest version. So it's a Windows 32-bit or 64-bit. Once you go to that, it will say Windows 64-bit. It will download the exe file, install it, normal installation. And while installing, right, location. I have selected where that location within the C drive, right, slash Python 312 folder will be created automatically, and that it will be installed. And for people who are for Linux, you want the latest version of Python to be installed in Linux machine, apt-get install Python 3.12, right? Two modes of execution, interactive mode, batch mode. In interactive mode, we directly type Python statements and interact with it statement by statement. Generally, to test the functionalities of Python and to learn Python, this interactive mode works. But for developing applications, we want to use this interactive mode. We go for batch mode. We write set of statements within the editors or IDEs, save it by using .py extension, and later submit to Python. What are the various editors where we can write the Python code and create a .py file? Notepad and Edit Plus. And for Linux, VA and Nano editors. In real time, we use IDEs, integrated development environments like PyCharm, PyDev, Commodore, Spider, Eclipse, NetBeans, Jupyter, VS Code. Depending upon different Python is used for different environments. Different environments use different IDEs. Mostly use this PyCharm. Yes. And I also show you how to work on Jupyter, how to work on Spider, how to work on VS Code, working on Anaconda distributions, right? Developing the first Python application within editor, right? Just open Notepad and write this code: x as 10, y as 20, print x plus y, x minus y, x into y, x by y. Some arithmetic operations by taking two numbers, save it as sample1.py within the Notepad. And how to submit this file? Within the command prompt, just give Python and the entire path of Python. That's the file name. Sample1.py in which folder, in which drive, give to Python. 10 plus 20, 10 minus 20, 10 into 20, 10 by 20. But as I said, here we are writing the code at one place and executing, we're writing in the notepad and executing at the command prompt. But to write and execute at the same place, we have IDLE. Which comes along with Python installation, right? Using which we can write and execute at the same place. So ideally, how will you open it? So in the search, type IDLE, Integrated Development Learning Environment. Yes, you got right. Click it. Python shell will be open in this way. Here you won't see the run option. Whenever you say file, new file, you will see the run option here. Write your code here, save it, Control S, run it, run module. That's it. Okay. Yes. That is what we have discussed yesterday in yesterday's session, right? Okay. Now, Python, just entering into the technicals of Python, right? What happens internally whenever we define some variables or data? So Python data types and variables. Every organization, right? Use case. Every organization use case has got data and operations. Every organization use case has got data and operations. Data represented, right? Yes. Data represented using data types. Operations represented, right? Yes. Using functions. Data represented using data types and variables. Operations represented using functions. Right. If you take any organization, it has got a data and operations. If you take example of an bank consists of data and operations. Data means customer data, for example. Customer ID, account number, balance, branch, bank, all this. Operations, right? Like a deposit operation, withdraw operation, transfer operations. So data we represent using data types and variables. Operations using functions. Operations using functions. Right? Later we discuss about the functions, but as of now, data types and variables. If we discuss like C or C++ or Java comparison with Python. C, C++, Java comparison with Python, right? Yes. Python supports dynamic data types. Python supports dynamic data types. Okay. In other programming language, if you want to define like x equal to 10, is my voice clear to all? Can anyone please confirm, right? Is my voice clear to all? Is my screen visible to all? Yes, reply. Yes, fine. Thank you. Okay, x equal to 10. Whenever I say x equal to 10, compulsory data type defining is compulsory index. Y equal to 4.5. Compulsory, I need to say float y. Z equal to hello. Compulsory, I need to say string Z equal to hello, right? Okay, without this data type defining this variables x, y, z can't be created here. Another programming, right? But in Python, directly I can say x as 10. Directly I can say y as 4.5. No need to define the data type. Z equal to hello, right? What kind of variable x is means based on the data type defining? You are saying x is a integer type. What kind of variable y is based on the data type defining? You are saying it as float type. What kind of variable z is means based on this data type? You are saying string type is created. But in Python, what kind of variable x is? What value you have assigned to it? Based on the value assigned, the variable x is created dynamically, right, during runtime. Yes. Y equal to, so there is a function called type function in Python, type of x. What type? What data type? Integer type. As you have assigned float 4.5 to y, so the type of y will be float type. Type of z will be yes, string type. Type of x is int, type of y is float, type of z is string. Yes. What type of variable? Type of x, type of y, type of z. Okay. Based upon what value you are assigning, based on the value assigned, the variables x, y, z are created dynamically during runtime. To make you understand much better, I'll be discussing 4 cases here. What happens internally when we define some variables. Case 1. Whenever I say x equal to 10, x equal to 10, one object is created with value 10. It is going to have some physical memory location address. That address is given to x. What x is storing? Don't say x is storing 10. X stores the address. Here, 3 things you need to understand. Print x, whenever I say print x, it goes to this address and prints whatever content presented that. Prints the content. Prints the content at that address. Prints the content at that address. What is the content? 10 at that address. Print. Print. I want to print the address where exactly it is stored. There is a function given by Python, id of x. Just like print function, id of x. Prints the address of x. Prints the address of x. What is the address? 103070, right? Print type of x. Prints the data type of x. Prints the content at the address, id of x prints the address, type of x prints the data type of x. Yes. This case 1, right? Observe this case 2. Observe this case 2. Right? If I got x value is 10, x is 10, y is 20. X is 10, y is 20. Try to answer. Everyone, now you can unmute yourself and try to respond, right, through voice. Or you can type your response even in the chat. Yes. How many objects will be created? X equal to 10, y equal to 20. Everyone. For 10, one object. Observe this case 2, right? Yes, everyone. 2. Okay, X is 10, Y is 20. Two objects with two addresses, right? X103070104090. This address is given to X. This address is given to Y. Yes. Now try to respond. Everyone, unmute yourself and try to give the responses, right? Print X, what is the X value? Yes. Print X, it goes to this address and prints whatever content at that address. Print X, what is that? 10. ID of X, the address where exactly it is stored. 1070. Yes. Type of X, what data type it is?
Int.
Integer, because you have assigned a integer value to it. That's why type is integer type. Print Y. Fast. Try to say print Y. What is the 20? The address I want to print, where exactly it is stored. ID of Y. What is that? 104090. Print. Type of Y. What type?
Integer.
Integer type. Two different variables X and Y with two different values 10, 20. Then two different objects with two different addresses, right? This is case 2. Now observe this case 3. X value is 10, Y also 10. How many objects are created? Everyone. Try to answer. How many objects are created?
2 objects.
Observe carefully. Only one object is created here. Before creating object for Y, it checks any object with value 10 if it is already available. If already available in the memory, the same address will be given to Y also. One more object with value 10 won't be created. If X is 10, Y is 10, Z is 10. Don't think three objects with value 10 will be created in the memory. No. Only one object and its address will be given to X, Y, and Z. Here, X, Y, and Z, they are sharing the same content at 10. They are sharing the same address, right? For example, X is 10, Y is 20, Z is 30. How many objects?
3 objects.
3 objects in that case. But 10, 10, 10.
1 object.
So what is your observation here? If the contents are same, one object, the contents are different, multiple objects are created, right? Yes. Print X, print Y, and print Z. All that they are going to print the same values. Print X, print Y, and print Z. What is the value? 10. Address of X, address of Y, address of Z 103070, right? Hmm. They're sharing the same content, same address, and same time. Okay, fine. Case 4. X value is 10. Now, not X and Y here. X is 20. X is 10, X is 20. How many objects is created here? For 10, one object with value 10 with some address. How many objects are created? One or two. For 20, one more object will be created. Internally, it is going to have some address. The address is given to X. Now, if I say X, if I say print X, what is the X value it prints?
20.
Whether it will print 10 or 20 or both. What is your answer? Yes.
20 it will print.
Print X, always it prints the latest value. Address of X 104090. Yes. Yes, latest value. What happens to the previous one? If I print X again it prints 20. Again, I will print it will print 20. 10 times if I print also, it will print 20. Is there any possibility to print the previous value? Okay. To know what happened to the previous object, there is a small thing you need to understand, right? Small concept you need to understand, right? Garbage collector. So it's too early to discuss that, but later I discuss in brief with multiple examples. But as of now, I'll just overview about this garbage collector. What to know what happens to the previous object. Okay, for that I'll go back to this case 3. Garbage collector. What is garbage collector? Right. Removes, observe here, removes unused. Garbage collector removes unused or unreferred objects. Unreferred objects from the memory. The garbage collector removes unused or unreferred objects from the memory. What do you mean by unused or unreferred objects? Unused or unreferred objects, right? Objects, observe here, objects whose reference count becomes 0. Object whose reference count becomes 0. Then that object, we call that object as unused or unreferred objects. Then that object is immediately removed. Immediately removed. That object is immediately removed by the garbage collector. Automatically. Any object reference count becomes 0 means then that object is immediately removed by garbage collector automatically. You will get a query here. What is the reference count and how it becomes 0? Yes. What is reference count and how it becomes 0, right? Reference count. Reference count means number of variables pointing to an object. Nothing but reference count. Number of variables pointing to an object, or number of variables storing address of an object. Number of variables pointing to an object, or number of variables storing address of an object. Okay. Now to understand about all this, just go with this example. Now there is an object 10 here. There is an object 10. What is the reference count of it?
Two.
How many variables are pointing to it?
Two variables.
How many variables are pointing?
Three,
Three. Here in this example, how many variables are pointing? X is pointing to it, Y is pointing to it, Z is pointing to it. Three variables are storing its address, or three variables are pointing. So what is the reference count? Everyone?
Three.
3. Okay, reference count is 3. Now, how its reference count becomes 0 and how the object gets removed, right? So slowly I modified the Y value to 20. Means one more object with value 20 creates with some address. That address is given to Y. Now Y is pointing to the new object. Y is not pointing to this now. Y is made to point to the new object. Now it's not pointing. Yes. What is the reference count now? What is the reference count now? 2, right?
2.
X and Z only are pointing. X and Z only are pointing. Slowly I modified the Z value to 30. An object created with value 30 with some address. That address is given to Z. Okay. Now Z is made to point to the new object. Z is not pointing to this. Z is not pointing to this, right? Yes. Previously, 3 variables were pointing to this. Now only one variable X is pointing. What is the reference count, right?
1.
Reference count is 1. Now slowly I modified the X value also to 50. We modified 50 means one more object 50 is created with some new address. The address is given to X. X is made to point to the new object. Now X is not pointing to this. X is not pointing to this. What is the reference count now? 0, right? No variable is pointing to this. No variable is storing its address. So reference count is 0. Now any object reference count becomes 0. We call it as unused or unreferred object. Then any object reference count becomes 0. Immediately that object is going to get removed. By whom? Garbage collector automatically, right? Yes. Understood everyone? Any query in this? What is reference count? And when the reference count becomes 0, how it becomes 0? What is garbage cutter? Removes unused or unreferred objects. What is reference count? Hello? Understood this, everyone? Any query in this? So later I discuss in brief about this, right? The garbage collector, destructor is there. Now, go back to this case 4. I was asking you a query, right? What happens to the previous object 10? Now, forget about x equal to 20 for a while. Now, what is the reference count of this object 10? Everyone.
1.
1. Only one variable x is pointing, right? Slowly x is modified to 20. Now x is made to point to the new object. Now x is not pointing to this. Now what is the reference count?
0.
0. If any object reference count is 0, the object is going to get removed from the memory. Okay, so I'll just show you all these 4 cases. Practically now, yes. I created a separate folder for this batch, Python 18. No, file. Case 1, try to say. Case 1, defining a variable x equal to 10. Print x prints the content. Address of x prints the address where exactly it is stored in the memory. Data type of x, type of x. This is case 1. File, save. Into run this, run module. What is that? X value is 10, its address, and what data type? Int type. Case 2. What is case 2? Defining 2 different variables in this way, 2 different values, 2 different objects, 2 different addresses. Defining 2 different variables. Defining 2 different variables. It's 2 different values. Then 2 different objects. Two different variables with 2 different values, then 2 different objects gets created. Two different addresses. X is 10, Y is 20. 2 different variables, X and Y, 2 different values, sorry, 10, 20. Then print X, address of X, type of X. Yes, copy the same for that. Print Y, address of Y, type of Y, right? Yes. So try to answer everyone. Address of this X and address of this Y, will it be same or different?
Different.
It has to be different, right? Because the contents are different, or 2 different objects, 2 different addresses. I'll copy the same for case 3. Defining 2 different variables with same values. Two different variables with same values. Then how many objects? Only one object is created. Two different variables with same values, then only one object is created and its address is returned to both the variables. X is 10, Y is 10. Then try to answer address of this X and address of this Y. Will it be same or different? Everyone. X value 10, Y value 10. The address, is it same or different? Hello?
Same, same.
It has to be same, right? It has to be same. Address, check it, the same address. Now observe this case 4. Defining two different variables X and Y. Defining two variables with same name. Two variables X and X only with same name. Defining two variables with same name but with different values. Two objects gets created. And the previous one gets removed. Two objects gets created and the previous one gets removed. X is 10, right? X is 20. Two variables with same name, X and X, but with different values, 10, 20. Two objects gets created and the previous one gets removed. Print X means 20, address of X means this 20 address, type of X means integer type. Check this run module. Integer, that is the address, type int type, right? Any queries in these 4 cases? Anyone? One query in case 3, right? X is 10, Y is 10. The address is same, the contents are same, right? Type also same. But if I say 10.0, do you think the address of X and Y, will it be same? Here type of X is what type?
Y is float and X is int.
Yes. Two different objects are created, right? Two different, one is integer object created, one is float object created. So the address has to be different for integer object and float object, two different objects. So that address are different, 10 and 10.0. Okay. Now data types. Data types mainly are of two types. Data types mainly are of two types. Fundamental data types, yes. And collection data types. Fundamental data types, object holding single value. What is that? Object holding single value. Object holding single value. Example, right? X equal to 10. One object is created with value 10 with some address. The address given to X. Here object holding single value, right? Yes, collection data type, the name itself saying collection of values, group of values, set of values, object to holding multiple values. Example, right? X equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. X equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. An object is created, an object gets created, right? Then 20, 30, 40, 50. See, object holding single value means fundamental. Object holding multiple values or group of values, collection type 104090. Object holding group of values. Okay, object holding single value, object holding group of values. Okay, what are the various fundamental types? What are the various collection types? Right? Yes. Fundamental data types. Mainly there are of 5 types. Mainly there are of 5 types. Int, float, Boolean, int, float, Boolean, string, complex. Integer, something in the age value equal to 25. Float something, right? Yes. Height equal to 6.4. Boolean, which returns either true or false. Which returns either true or false. String, sequence collection of characters. Like city equal to Hyderabad. Sequence collection of characters, right? Complex. You have got a lot of discussion on string, right? String indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods. Complex, x plus iy or a plus ib, right? In general mathematics, x is real part, this is imaginary part. This I, instead of I in Python, we use the symbol j, right? I'll discuss about it, right? And coming to this collection types. Collection data types. 4 types. List, tuple, set, dictionary. List, tuple, set, and dictionary. List by using squared bracket. List by using squared bracket, right? Tuple by using normal braces, right? Set by using curly braces. Squared bracket, tuple using normal braces, set by using curly bracket, dictionary by using key and value. Dictionary, key and value, right? List, tuple, set, dictionary, right? Yes. Okay. Dictionary key and value means write something in the form of, okay. For example, list first x equal to list of 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. List of 5 values. Tuple y equal to tuple of values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Set of values. Curly bracket. Yes, set of values. Dictionary of key and values means W equal to, yes, name. Name Ajay, age 25. This is key, this is value. Key value representations, collection of key value pairs. Name is the key, Ajay is the value. Age is the key, age, this one is the value. City, Hyderabad. City will be the key, Hyderabad will be the value. Yes, we have got a lot of discussion on this list, tuple sets and dictionary. Nearly for 1 week, we'll be discussing on these collections, right? Like list indexing, list properties, list slicing, list functions, list methods, list addresses, nested list, list modifications. Similarly, tuple operations, their indexing, their slicing, their properties, functions, methods, addresses, right? Similarly for set and dictionary. In the case of string, in the case of fundamental types, we have got a lot of discussion on string indexing, string slicing, string functions, string methods, and string special characters, right? Yes. Fine. Yeah. Okay. File, new file. So now just introduction to string. A string is a sequence collection of characters. It is a sequence collection of characters. The sequence collection of characters. In Python, a string is represented, right? One second.
Excited now. Mama now. మాట్లాడలేకపోయినా లేచే తర్వాత కంట్రోల్ ఎత్తా దాన్ని పెట్టలేను నేను ఇచ్చే కదా ఫోక్ అది పెద్దగా ఏగి
Nagesh Mala, be in mute. In Python, a string is represented using the single quote. Yes, in this book. Double quote. Yes. And triple quote. In Python, a string is represented using double quote, single quote, double quote, and triple quote. String is represented using single, double, and triple quote. See, for example, city equal to Hyderabad. City equal to Hyderabad. Yes. Yes. So if a word or a sentence, right, you can represent using singular double quote, but multiple lines go for triple quote. Multiple lines are paragraph, go for triple quote. Each character is represented, yes, and accessed by a unique index. Each character of a string is represented or accessed by a unique index. Each character, every character has got some index. There are two types of indexes. String supports two types of indexes. I'll just explain with some examples. Two types of indexes, right? First, positive index or forward index, we say, right? Yes. Index starts from left to right. 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 Index starts with 0. Negative index or backward index. Negative index or backward index. Index starts from right to left. Index starts with -1. Positive index or forward index. Index starts from left to right. Index starts with 0. Negative index or backward index. Index starts from right to left. Index starts with -1, right? So just observe this with some example, right? If I take a string, so string represented using quotes, right? Single, double, or triple quote. I'm taking a string, Python. For this also, right, internally one object gets created. Internally one object gets created, right? Yes. Python, right? It's going to have some address. The address is given to X, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This we call it like a positive index or forward index. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, -6. Negative index. Yes, positive index or forward index, negative index or backward index. Yes. What is this X is the name of the string. X of 2. What is the value of X of 2? Yes, everyone. X of 2 value is what? T, right? X of -2 value. Oh, either you can use the positive index or negative index, right? Either use positive or negative index. If you got a very big string of more than 100 characters, right? If I want to print the last character, go with the negative index. Coming back, yes. Single line comment in Python starts with hash symbol. Single line comment. It's not executable, but multiple lines, if you want to comment, just keep triple quote. And with this, everything, it's not executable. Multi-line comments, right? Observe. X equal to Python. Just I'll take 5 minutes. X equal to Python, right? Print X, printing the X content. Type of X. Type of X will be string type. As you are assigning a string value to X, will be string. Len of X, number of characters. Len is nothing but number of characters within the string, 6. Length is what? 6. Because there are 6 characters, right? Type of X is string. Print X of 3 value. X of 3. What is X of 3 value? X of 3. 0, 1, 2, 3. H only. Minus 3 also. Minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 also H only. Y equal to programming. Print X plus Y. Print X plus Y, right? Yes, X plus Y means adding 2 strings. Adding 2 strings, right? To adding 2 strings, X and Y are 2 strings. Adding 2 strings means first string followed by second string. This we call it as concatenation. Concatenation means adding 2 strings. First string followed by second string. First string followed by second string. Save it. str1 dot py, right? Python plus programming. What is that? Python programming, right? But I want space between these two, Python and programming. X plus space plus Y. So between X is one string, Y is one string. Between these two, one blank string, right? Yes, run module, right? Python space programming, right? Yes, Python programming. Yeah. So we have got a lot of discussion on this string. So this we have discussed indexing, right? But we have got string indexing, string slicing, string one by one method, string methods, string functions, string special characters. Tomorrow I discuss more on these strings, right? Today I was discussing about data types or variables. What are the 4 cases I discussed, right? How to define them? Yes. And 2 types, fundamental types and collection types. And this string, right? Yes. So tomorrow more discussion on the strings, string slicing, string functions, string methods, string special characters, right? Yes. Fine. Tomorrow also you can attend the session, right? Same time at 8 o'clock using the same link, everyone. From day after tomorrow, the link will be changing, right? So by day after tomorrow, everyone, you need to get enrolled. Okay. So 1 second. So just observe this content, right? Python basics, operations, operators, Python IDs, different IDs, flow controls, looping statements, strings in Python, collections, Python lists, Python tuples, Python sets, dictionaries, functions. So this just now I was talking, right? Collections in Python, lists in brief, tuples in brief, sets and dictionaries. 4 types of collections, functional programming, modular programming, modules in Python, packages in Python, errors and exception, file handling, object-oriented programming, right? Regular expressions in brief, database connectivity, database access, Python data and time module, OS module, advanced concepts like iterator, generator, closures, decorators, graphic programming, Excel workbook, data analytics, introduction to data science, Pandas module in brief, NumPy numerical Python in brief, matplotlib. That is what Python core and advanced, 30 topics in brief, right? And people who go for Python full stack, right? Mainly the framework, Django, web framework, Django, project architecture, applications, views, templates, Django admin, models, advanced concepts, right? So nearly you'll be developing 15 to 20 applications along with me parallelly, right? Yes, hands-on. And you'll be given knowledge on this UI technologies like HTML in brief, cascading style sheet, CSS in brief, and JavaScript. People who go for full stack will be given knowledge on this HTML, UI technologies, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, part of Bootstrap and MySQL database. So as I was saying, right, just the previous Python core advanced and application oriented modules, 70 hours will be the duration, 2 months, 2 months it takes. It's an offer batch with 5,000, right? And apart from this, people who wants to, apart from this Python core and advanced, people who wants to go for full stack total Python, right? Along with these frameworks, you'll be given knowledge on web development, UI technologies, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap, the Django framework, nearly 15 applications you'll be developing, Flask framework, another framework of Python, a REST API, MySQL, yes, and a project. So I said for this, it takes, yeah. So for all this remaining, this web development, the Django, Flask, REST API, MySQL, for this remaining 5 things, here we are covering 5 courses here. This web development UI technologies is a separate course actually. The Django framework is a separate course. Flask framework is separate. REST API is a separate course, and MySQL, right? For all these 5 courses, the course just we are taking, we are charging only 5,000 for it. So if you are going duration for this frameworks, other things, right? 70 hours, 2 months, 7,000 is the fee structure actually. But total package, if you are taking, it will be like 10K, 5 for Python, and the remaining 5K for all this web development, Django, Flask, REST API, right? Total duration will be 70 plus 70, 140 hours, 4 months. If you want to go parallelly also, I said you can go parallelly. Means Monday to Friday, you can go on this. Saturday, Sunday, weekend batches will be there on this web development Django framework where you can attend, because this web development doesn't require any Python knowledge, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, Bootstrap. Yes. By the time you complete it, by Python code gets completed, right? So Saturdays and Sundays mornings, right? You'll be having the sessions on this, 2 hours on Saturday, 2 hours on Sunday. You'll be having sessions on this, right? And the timings I said clearly about this, right? First 1 week to 10 days, it will be at 8 a.m. I said it will start at 8 o'clock, but later it will be starting at 7 to 8. 7 to 8, it will be up to the end of the course. So you'll
Hi,
be,
sir. Can it be 8 to 9 only, like same timing? It will be easy for
there is a request made by many students, right? People, they are, even many of them are not attending, they are following the videos because of this. Because people, there is a request from many students who are going to the jobs offices, right? 7
Yeah,
to
that's true.
7 to 8 they attend and they can go to their jobs, and even students also who are from the colleges, right? They can attend 7 to 8 and go to their colleges. 8 to 9 will be a little late for them. So that's the reason, right? So many of the requests made by many students, right? When the calls were made, right, previously. So they were requesting if there is any possibility for 7 to 8, both for the job holders and for the students. So 7 to 8, right? So you'll be getting the video recordings every day, the session recording you'll be getting, right? You can go through that. It's only you can play that and you can view that video. It's not downloadable, right? Class notes, every class notes clearly what we have discussed, right? Whatever we have discussed in the previous, see all these class notes clearly with comments, we'll be getting that the coding part, and this total notes will be getting assignments and tasks to work with to build your own code, right? And later I'll be providing the solutions for it. And a WhatsApp group, if you have got any problem or any errors, right? You can take the snap of it and you can post in the WhatsApp, right? And also, I said there's some big data batches I'll be dealing with, big data analytics. If anybody interested in this big data, Hadoop, PySpark, Spark with Python, right? Linux. So there is a package for this big data also. Hadoop, PySpark, Linux, and Python. Python, the 2 months Python core and advanced will be included in this, right? Big data course. Because PySpark require Python knowledge. So total in brief will be given. The fee structure for this is 15,000. Hadoop, PySpark, and Linux will be in weekends. Weekends, Saturday evenings, right? And this there is a demo in this Saturday, right? You can just check with that online team. You can see the contact details of the online team. You can see that a big message is given by this online team. You can see that course content in that, both Python full stack and Python, and demo videos. If anyone missed that yesterday session or previous session, right? You can see the demo videos. Their link is. But day after tomorrow, you will be getting the videos to your Google Drive. Every day, one video will be added to your Google Drive. Notes you will be getting to your mails. And day after tomorrow, one WhatsApp group will be created and you will be added to that WhatsApp group for the updates and the notes, everything, demo videos. And the payment details, everything is clearly given in that chart, right? You can copy that message. And one more, don't forget to share the screenshot of your payment, right? You've done the payment to that mail ID that is provided. So day after tomorrow, the link will be changing, right? So tomorrow evening, they'll be providing that link to you, the new link, the paid link, right? So if to what mail ID you are forwarding the screenshot to the same mail ID, you'll be getting it, right? Check your inbox or spam folder for this tomorrow. Tomorrow you can attend the same time using the same link. Day after tomorrow, the link will be changing. The contact details, if anyone didn't receive that link or anything, right? Contact details of the online team is available there, that contact details. And the payment details, other things is provided, right? Yes. So that's why it was clearly mentioned about the timings before you do with the payment. And I want the sessions to be more interactive from tomorrow. Everyone, whether your answers are correct or wrong, keep responding, right? So based upon your understanding, right, the session speed will go, right? What time is weekend for parallel full stack, right? Yes, I'm on full stack mornings only. It will be in the mornings. So whenever any new batch is going to start, I'll be posting in the, so that online team will be posting in the WhatsApp group. Even I'll be intimating to you just 4-5 days before, right? Whenever a new batch is starting. Once you get enrolled in my full stack, you can attend any of my web development or this framework batches, right? Any of my whatever time. Okay. And even if you've got a problem with the timings, right? Anyone, if you've got problems with the timings of this, right? 8 a.m. or 7 a.m. due to your job shift, if your timing has changed, you can attend my morning and evening batches are there, right? Morning and evening batches are there, right? You can shift to any of my batch, morning 6 a.m., 7 a.m. and this year. Even if any 8 a.m. is going to start in the coming days, you can join that. And even evening 7 p.m., 8 p.m., 9 p.m. they are running, right? So you can attend any of my timings based on that availability, right? So this is data analytics that if anyone interested, you can attend the demo on this Saturday. Yes, and the evening, you can just contact this online team for that link, or you can see that website for that link, right? Yes. So it is 12 weekends. It will take 12 weekends, 3 months for this Hadoop, PySpark, Linux, and Python. 2 months you'll be attending in the same batch what you are attending today, or any other batch, right? 2 months, Monday to Friday it will be, right? Yes. Any queries from your side, anyone? Still, tomorrow you can attend the session same at 8 o'clock using the same link. We'll see more on this, right? Technicals of strings. Yes. So try to have a audio device connected, right? Everyone to respond or to ask the queries or to respond with an answer, right? So if the sessions, if they are live sessions, interactive sessions, to respond, to give the response or to ask queries, try to have a headphone, right? Or a earphone to ask the queries, right? Everyone. Even you can ask through chat panel. You can type in the chat. Yes. Fine. Okay. So I'm stopping for now. If I'm done with the queries, I will continue tomorrow, right? Thank you. Thank you all for your time. Thank you. Meet you tomorrow. Bye. Yes.